Well, welcome everybody. This is the new norm. Look at this. No one had to find a parking space. You didn't even have to wear pants. We have this thing that my morning show partner, Mary Riley, and I say, it's hard pants or soft pants. I'm Liz Kelly, by the way, from 94.5 Mix FM, and we are welcoming you to the very first leadership breakfast for Direction Service. Hard pants versus soft pants. One has zipper and actual buttons. The other has elastic. I was actually able to dress up today and use the same concept. I found a dress that had elastic as a waistband. So I'm wearing a soft dress. You all look great today. So one real quick bit of housekeeping for the best presentation. Be sure and set your Zoom settings to speaker view. And that way, every time we have a new speaker come up, you'll be able to see just them. And let's say thanks to some of the people that are making this Zoom fundraiser, breakfast possible, Trillium Community Health Plan, Eugene Coin and Jewelry, Nonstop Wellness, and virtual swag bag sponsors. If you, when you registered, if you registered with a donation, the $15 donation, you'll be getting a virtual swag bag. You can also get that this morning, and that's Berry's Espresso, Crumb Together Cookies, Demolition Zone, Bricks and Minifigs, River Ridge Golf Course, Arbonne, Eugene Emeralds, and Eugene Sub Shop. So yum and delicious and fun. So today we are here to talk about leadership. We're all leaders. Everybody's who is here with us today is a leader. It's why you signed up. Leaders are trailblazers who take us to unknown places. They are teachers and mentors who empower us to grow and learn. They are cheerleaders that encourage and support other people who are being leaders and help them achieve their goals. So all of us today in this Zoom meeting are the leaders in Eugene and Springfield. And on many levels, whether it's individually, organizationally, or systemically, you lead our community. And we all know that in order to be effective leaders, we need partners. We need folks to help us out. And today we're here to celebrate and honor 3 outstanding expressions of leadership in our own community. But first, because we're still wiping some of that sleep out of our eyes, we have a little bit of a interactive game to help us break the ice. It's a 2-screen experience. So if you're watching today's Zoom on computer or on your tablet, then go ahead and grab your phone. You're going to need 2 devices for this. It's very, very easy. Just use the game pin. You're going to see everything on your screen right now. All right, here we go. Ready for question number 1? Here it is. What is the name of the organization hosting today's virtual breakfast? And I will tell you, it's kind of a trick question-ish. The answer, of course, Direction Service. No S ever. Direction Service. Jordy and Jerry, up and at 'em. Sarah D, Queen Aim, good job, you guys. All right, question number 2. What year was Direction Service founded? Lock it down. All right, if you answered 1976, you're absolutely right. It was operated in Lane County for nearly 45 years. 45 years. Good job, you guys. Jerry, up and at 'em. You guys are doing great, Jerry and up and at 'em. Number 3, who was the first executive director, CEO to lead Direction Service? 20 seconds, keep them down. Now, I know it feels like Amy because of her enthusiasm and the way she works this whole organization has been here from the beginning, but it's not Amy. Not only that, she's just not old enough. It was Dick Zeller. He charted the course for Direction Service and their commitment to providing a fair and adequate public education to all students, regardless of ability. Paige, Jester Bear, Angela Holt, Jordy, good job. Up and at 'em again. Let's move on to the next question. Which local area school district does Direction Service Skill Builders program partner with? 30 seconds. We'll become more familiar with this today, this morning. Bethel School District is the correct answer. Look at you guys, nicely job. Good job. Angela Holt, Jester Bear 007, Up and Adam, LML, Paige Yates. I think there's going to be a tie for first here with a couple of your names. Number 5 rather. What was the Youth and Family Service program previously known as? 30 seconds. And the answer is, I have to check my notes here. Dun, 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 case coordination and family support and coordination. That's right. So there were 2 answers. You could have gotten 2 of them correct: case coordination or family support and coordination. How many therapists work at the Direction Counseling Center? How many? Is 17. 17. Quite a bit of you fooled on that one, but Angela Holt knew it. Jester Bear, Paige Yates, LML, good job. Jester Bear 007 is at the top right now. Let's get on to the next question here. This is question number 7. How many youth did the service coordination team actively work with during the 2019-2020 school year? How many youth did the service coordination team actively work with during this school year of class? Answer is 252 service coordinators working one-on-one with families, assisting education-based questions or concerns, systems, applications, paperwork, resource navigation, very busy, meeting attendance, and call-in support. Jester Bear 007 at the top of the leaderboard. Number 8. What is the annual cost to provide a single youth client with service coordination? The annual cost to provide one child client with service coordination. $452 per year. Good job. 17 of you got it right. That's amazing. And work is largely reliant on the generous support of foundations and individual donors. Jester Bear 007 still leading the troop here. Question number 9. Direction Service, true or false, was forced to make layoffs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The answer is false. Direction Service retained 100% of their staff during the pandemic, and they're currently hiring new positions. So that's pretty awesome. They made significant adaptations to accommodate the needs of clients across the programs and services. Jester Bear 007, holding strong there at the top. Question number 9. Which national organization is run by Direction Service? CADRE, the Center for Appropriate Dispute Resolution in Special Education. CADRE, it's much easier to say. It effectively resolves special education disputes, and that thereby reduces the use of expensive and adversarial processes. And Jester Bear, still at the top. Good job, Jester Bear 007. Oh, welcome if you're just coming to our little fun here. And our last question, who would current Direction Service CEO Amy Walsh play in the movie? Look at the tough choices. Just got a little bit of all of that. They're lucky. Amy Poehler. I think so. Amy, especially from Parks and Rec, that just upbeat, get it done type of an attitude. All right, our winner is, look at this, getting 11 out of 11. Who do you think? Yeah, of course, Jester Bear 007. Congratulations. Woo-hoo! All right, Jester Bear 007, make sure to message us your name and email address via the Zoom chat, and that way we can follow up with your prize. So Amy being the last topic of our little icebreaker. Speaking of Amy, she's been with Direction Service for more than 20 years, and as the administrative assistant, so she started working her way all the way up. Upon the retirement of the longtime director, Marshall Peter, Amy became the leader of the agency. She previously served as the associate executive director and was the program director of the Family Service Program for more than 10 years. She launched the Wraparound Facilitation Program for children and youth with significant behavioral health needs almost 5 years ago. It is my pleasure to pass to Amy the virtual microphone. Amy.
Thanks, Liz. Good morning, everyone. Well, for almost 45 years, Direction Service has served as a one-stop shop for people with disabilities and special needs so that they could find the resources and services they need to be successful. From our humble offices throughout the years, the agency has ensured that all who enter our doors would be treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Today, Direction Service continues that legacy of service as a multi-program family support nonprofit serving all of Lane County. We operate as an independent and private agency with offices both in Springfield and Eugene. And with funding from local, state, and federal partners, our services are accessible throughout the county. We provide community assistance through 3 major programs. Our counseling center, which offers a full range of outpatient clinical support. Cadre, which is the National Center for Appropriate Dispute Resolution and Special Education. And our Youth and Family Services, which serves as a critical safety net in our community, strengthening and empowering families who have children and youth ages birth through 23 who experience a disability. We have long been known for our nimble and responsive services. Much like other organizations in our community, this way of being has been greatly challenged recently. We continue to provide our services remotely, and we look forward to the time when we can all be together in the same room. Through the power of relationship and community, Direction Service continues to cultivate healthy individuals, families, and communities through collaboration, empowerment, and education. Along the way, we've developed strong relationships with community partners to serve that mission. At last year's inaugural breakfast, we highlighted many of those partnerships. We're continuing that tradition today by recognizing one of those significant and outstanding organizations. Speaking of outstanding, I'm pleased to introduce the Director of Youth and Family Services, Crystal Falk. Crystal's passion for making the world better through service to youth has literally taken her all over the world. We're so grateful that it also brought her back to her home in the Valley. Joining our team in 2014 as a wraparound facilitator, Crystal's worked tirelessly to support youth and families. Her leadership and dedication have helped elevate our programs to new levels. She'll also be joined by another of our wonderful community partners, Trillium Community Health Plans. Please join me in welcoming Crystal Falk.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you for all that were able to join us this morning. Utilizing the momentum of nearly 45 years of experience supporting youth and families within this community, Direction Service began a collaborative project with the Bethel School District, placing a team of supportive skill builders within each of their elementary schools. Throughout our history, Direction Service has built a reputation for being responsive to our specific community's needs. And we are creative in identifying strategies to see these needs are met. Having sat in rooms full of educators representing countless years of experience, large meeting spaces with representatives from many of our local child and family serving systems, and in the living rooms and front porches of parents, guardians, and caring adult champions who desperately seek answers to address this growing and crucial need. We support elementary-aged youth to have a successful educational experience and work to remove the barriers for them to do so. Our team of skill builders support youth and educators by working with youth both individually and within groups, both in the moment through crisis de-escalation and problem solving, and through planned small group interventions, such as social and emotional learning, in order to build these skills. Adding this team to the continuum of programs within our Youth and Family Services Department has created space for Direction Service to be uniquely present in both schools and the homes of youth within our community who experience social, emotional, behavioral needs that interfere with their ability to be successful at school, home, and within the community. We are excited to identify further opportunities to support youth and families within our community, working to provide spaces for collaboration, being strengths-based, team-based, and yet individualized in our planning and strategizing. We know that each youth and family we partner with has a unique collection of strengths to be utilized and needs to be focused on. Next, we'll hear from two of our skill building team as they talk further about the work that they get to do.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm a supportive skill builder at the Bethel School District. I started as a skill builder in October of last year, and it has really been a great opportunity to collaborate not only with students and families, and with the school and our skill builder team. So as a supportive skill builder, it's really a collaboration, working with all the support staff that are already at the school, getting to know the students, and really meeting them where they're at. I feel like a lot of times students can be seen for the unexpected behaviors that they're exhibiting, rather than what those unmet needs are going on. So it's my job to work alongside and collaborate with everyone at the school and with the students to really hear and validate what's going on with them, to take that time to talk to them and get to know them on a deep level, and work on different skills that they may be lagging in. For example, sometimes I can talk with a student and we talk about problem solving with a peer. We talk about managing their emotions and sensations and working on different coping and calming strategies to better handle when they're feeling frustrated, when they're feeling sad. And teaching these skills can be not only individualized, but also I've done some in group settings where students can work together and be able to know that they're not in this alone.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I work with Direction Service as a supported skill builder with Bethel School District. Now those students that were running or leaving school grounds, not wanting to be in school, are now able to sit through most of their school day. Instead of me coming to them to de-escalate or to help them with de-escalation, they could be coming to me for a sensory break or a skill building lesson.
We are excited to partner with Trillium Community Health Plan on our first award, which fittingly honors outstanding partnership. To help us present our first award, please help me welcome our co-sponsor, first by Hestian Stoika.
Hello, this is Hestian Stoika, and I'm Senior Director of Finance and Strategic Sourcing. And it has been my pleasure to lead the Trillium's innovation funding process, through which the Bethel Skill Builders project was funded last year. And yeah, I'll pass it on to my colleague.
Thanks, Hestian. I'm Debbie Farr. I'm the Manager of Community Relations at Trillium Community Health Plan. Behind me, you can see a sign that says "Family is Forever." And to me, that's what our community is. We're a forever family. We learn from each other, we grow together. My family at Trillium and my family in the Bethel School District are close to my heart. Not only do I work for Trillium, but in my spare time, I serve as a director on the Bethel School Board, and I'm entering my 11th year as a board member. So I am especially proud today to present this award to the Bethel School District, the Outstanding Community Partner Award. It might be a little bit difficult for you to see on the screen because of the glare from my windows, but it's a beautiful engraved glass award, and it's certainly well-deserved by the Bethel School District and the genius of Danya Johnson, who submitted one of the innovation grants to Trillium in 2019, excuse me. The innovation grants totaled $1 million and were split between several community organizations that completed a very difficult RFP process. So again, Trillium is very proud to be part of the presentation this morning and present this award to the Bethel School District.
On behalf of Bethel School District, I would like to thank Direction Service for recognizing and nominating Bethel School District for this award. And we also know that it would not be possible without the grant to support the work from Trillium and our own Bethel Education Foundation, who wrote the grant. I am Chris Parra, Superintendent of Bethel School District, and behind me I have Amy Tidwell, who is the Director of Special Services, and Georgianne Hardy, who is an Assistant Director for Special Services. I would also like to say that we as an organization have lots of great ideas of ways that we can serve kids and families better, and the Skill Builder program is one example of that. But we also recognize fully that we cannot do it alone, and it takes the trust and willingness of our partners to help us pilot some of these ideas that we would like to try. And again, thank you very much.
It has been pure joy to work with Direction Service to take what was once a dream and create a reality of a pilot program to serve Bethel students and families. Years ago, Amy Walsh and I had several conversations where I shared with her some of the realities of what our kids and families were facing, and there is just nothing like a community partnership that takes that nugget of a need and moves it into a program that truly supports students in our schools and families beyond the school day. So thank you so much, Direction Service. And I'll turn it over to Georgianne Hardy.
Thank you so much for this honor. I would like to also thank the Bethel School District leadership. Without the leadership of Chris Parra and the Bethel School District team, I don't know that this would be possible. So thank you for that and that collaboration. We also have had an amazing team from the Direction Service Skill Builder unit. Crystal has hired some wonderful people who have been able to step into schools and make radical change, and we appreciate that. I've seen students who were struggling with self-regulation be able to find those skills and be successful again in classrooms. Thank you again for this honor.
Again, on behalf of Bethel School District and the three of us, thank you very much.
I just want to take a moment and again, give a shout out to Trillium Community Health Plan and the Bethel School District, specifically Amy Tidwell and Georgianne Hardy. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to this project. And we have to give a shout out to our amazing skill building team who have worked so diligently on this project and worked hard throughout our transition into a virtual space, finding new and creative ways to support youth and families in the Bethel School District. Well done. Thank you.
Take just a moment, if you have not done so already. Direction Service has a brand new website and you can check it out. You're going to see it on the screen. There's the address, very easy, directionservice.org. It's easy to get through. It has just a ton of resources and information about Direction Service and how you can get involved to help, or if you're needing the help of Direction Service, how to find the area that you need the most. Amy Walsh, back to the virtual stage to introduce the next award.
Thank you, Liz. While Direction Service values leaders who see barriers and work to systematically dismantle them, this is the second presentation of the Visionary Leadership Award, presented to a leader who has the courage to hope for a better future, the charisma to capture our attention, the confidence and wisdom to empower others, and the stamina to see their vision fulfilled. The 2019 visionaries were John Reese and Greg Evans for their leadership in establishing the 15th Night Movement. With her collaborative, innovative, and tenacious spirit, intellect, and deep compassion, it is no surprise that we at Direction Service would like to honor Dr. Pilar Bradshaw as one of these leaders. As a freshly minted family service coordinator, I quickly discovered that within our community exists a thoughtfully woven safety net made up of an intricate web of systems, organizations, and providers. Families must navigate this complex web in order to meet their needs. As I was invited into the lives and homes of hundreds of families, I quickly discovered there were individuals within this web that were making a real and meaningful difference for these families over and over again. This was when I first learned of the compassionate and quality care that Dr. Bradshaw was providing in our community as a pediatrician. Her commitment to going above and beyond for her patients was immediately noticeable. From providing critical connections and supports to families to running support groups in her lobby, she either found or created ways for families to meet their needs. In addition to all the ways Dr. Bradshaw leads our community, her visionary leadership in bringing about the integration of physical and behavioral health within her own practice is remarkable. As I just described, she's nothing if not responsive to the needs of our community. She also employs her talents and charisma to build relationships to do this work. As an example, when our community was rocked by several deaths of youth by suicide, Dr. Bradshaw levered her relationships and reputation and brought together a staggering number of government officials, educators, nonprofit leaders, etc., for a suicide prevention summit. Using her own resources to fund this event and even the ongoing work in this area. Here at Direction Service, we regularly see the direct impact of her work. Dr. Bradshaw's leadership changes lives. Because of this visionary thinking and dedication, we wish to present Dr. Pilar Bradshaw with the Direction Service Visionary Award.
It's wonderful to be acknowledged this morning by Direction Service, an organization for which I'm extremely grateful. This has been a longstanding pillar in our community of support for differently able people and their families, and I feel like it has intersected strongly with my work as a pediatrician, so I really want to thank you. I feel like times that we're in now as a nation and as a world really have a way of making you stop and think about where have you been and where are you going? When I came back to my hometown, Eugene, in 1999 to start my career, I knew I wanted to take care of kids. My focus during those early years was to become the strongest clinician I could be, learning from my mentors and learning most of all from my patients. And taking care of so many extraordinary children, watching especially those who struggled to overcome physical and mental barriers that most of us cannot fathom, changed me. I became a better listener, a deeper thinker, a more tender person, and I started to see things that my patients and their families needed. I partnered with a mom in my practice to start a support group for parents of chronically and seriously ill children, and for many years we met monthly in the lobby of my first clinic here. In 2009, when I made the leap to owning a practice of my own, I believed another unmet need was a central place to share information with parents about their children's medical care, growth and development, safety, parenting tips, and current events. So I wrote the content for my website, eugenepeds.com. Since its launch 10 years ago, eugenepeds.com has had well over 1 million visits from 97 countries and every state in the United States. As the years passed, it felt to me like we pediatricians were missing the boat sometimes in how we cared for kids. Sure, we took care of their illnesses, did their vaccines and checkups, and took care of them in the hospital when they were very sick. But we doctors weren't able to help with some of the key issues kids and families faced. So I decided Eugene Pediatrics needed to integrate behavioral health and social work into our practice. We added child psychology, individual and family therapy, social workers, and eventually child psychiatry to work side by side with our medical clinicians. And suddenly it felt like this is what we should have been doing all along. Physicians took care of medical issues, behaviorists took care of behavioral health issues, and social workers were able to address a wide range of social needs of our families. A pinnacle of my career was the visit of Governor Kate Brown in 2017. After touring Eugene Pediatrics and Thrive, meeting the integrated team, and talking to several of our patients, Governor Brown declared, "This is how every primary care clinic should work." And it was through my now wider lens of seeing more of what the social and behavioral health needs were of the community that a new concept surfaced. There was an epidemic unfolding right in front of all of our eyes, an epidemic of depression and suicide in our youth. In a very short period of a few months, 8 beautiful children took their own lives. And it was at one of those evenings that my social worker spouse and I sat together and said, what can we do? What can we do as people, and what can we do as a community? The next morning, we started picking up the phone and calling everyone we knew. We wanted to put the right people together in one place to see what more we could all do as a community to address the startling data. 1 in 3 of our Lane County teens was depressed. 1 in 4 had considered suicide, and 1 in 5, a staggering number, had tried to commit suicide just in the previous year. The Teen Suicide Prevention Summit was a powerful event. In one large room sat nearly 150 school superintendents and teachers, mental health experts, social service agency directors, pediatric health experts, state and local politicians, forming new partnerships, and talking about implementing a teen-based, school-based, adult-supervised suicide prevention program. One of the participants in the summit, Superintendent Chris Parra, for whom I have the highest level of admiration, ran with the ball, and last year she rolled out Sources of Strength in every middle and high school in the Bethel School District. Eugene Pediatrics funded that first year of Sources of Strength because we believe so deeply in the idea that kids with the right support can change the culture. Which brings me to today, a time when we can all see how much our culture needs to change. It will take all of us working in our fields and across all boundaries. We will all need to think, to listen, to learn, to advocate, to vote for positive change. As I take stock of my own professional and personal future, I think about what can I do as a pediatrician and mother and as a member of our community to help root out racism and to eradicate hatred. The current pandemic also has really laid bare many of the inequalities that exist in our country. Deaths from COVID-19 have disproportionately hit people of color, people who are socially fragile, and the medically fragile. And it's been a grim reminder, unequal access to good quality medical care really matters. And it shows us we do not yet live in a country where everyone is equal. None of us can rest until we work together to fix that. So I want to thank everyone again this morning at Direction Service for this great honor. I promise to continue to work as a member of our community with everyone else until we can lift up everyone who needs to be heard and who deserves to be celebrated.
We are so grateful to have Dr. Bradshaw working for youth and families in our community. I'm sure you join me in celebrating Dr. Bradshaw for being such a visionary leader. And now we turn it back to Liz.
Thank you, Amy. And thank you, Dr. Bradshaw. This is where you are going to have a chance now to support those people like Dr. Bradshaw who are supporting the kids and the families in our community who need just a little bit of extra attention and love. So earlier this year, the Quest Foundation, this is spectacular, they issued a challenge grant of $39,000, and it is just this close to meeting that match. This is where you can help us to get to that goal. Here on the screen, you're going to see how you can help. Just text DS, as in Direction Service 2020, to 44321. This is on the screen, as you are seeing. And the first 150 people who donate this morning, and when you registered, if you donated $15 or more, you have already qualified as one of the 150 people. You'll get a terrific swag bag, a virtual swag bag, and that's filled with amazing products. Let me tell you who is in there. We've got Barry's Espresso, Crumb Together cookies. Cookies during COVID, I'll tell you. I never loved carbs as much as I do now. Demolition Zone, Bricks and Minifigs, River Ridge Golf Course, Arbonne, Eugene Emeralds, and Eugene Sub Shop. Again, if you're just now looking over at the screen, we'll put up how you can donate. DS 2020, text DS 2020 to 44321. All right, we're refreshing. Let's get that number. You can see it growing. I love it. We're at $9,639 of 10,000. We are very close to hitting the morning goal. Just a few $100s more. This text DS 2020 to 44321. And the first 150 people to donate get a virtual swag bag from those great sponsors that I mentioned earlier. Something that I learned that I found to be particularly interesting, a tidbit of information about Direction Service, what they know about the kids in our community. This is a couple years ago, but during the 2017-18 school year, the Eugene School District identified 1,835 youth as homeless. The Bethel School District identified 550 kids. That's about 10% of the district's population. That number is astounding to me. And it's the reality. If we could change that number right now, we would do it. But the numbers you're changing by donating give these kids a little extra help in getting over the hurdles that they face because of being displaced by homelessness and trying to stay in school and learn and just be normal kids. Refreshing to see where our number is. Oh, it's growing, $9,716. Nice job. I love it. If you missed the link on the screen, in the chat box, there is a direct link. You can just click on that in the chat box and it'll take you to where you can donate. The goal for this event specifically is that $10,000. And the swag bag sponsors, virtual swag bag from Barry's Espresso, Crumb Together Cookies, Demolition Zone, Bricks and Minifigs, River Ridge Golf Course, Arbonne, Eugene Emeralds, and Eugene Sub Shop. So we've already had some donations this morning. Want to thank those who have taken the time to donate. Thank you, Adriana Medina. Thank you to Emily Marzolf. If I pronounce anyone's names incorrectly, do forgive. Georgianne Hardy. I want to thank a lovely anonymous gift, and that's fine too. Your name is not necessary, just your generosity. That's all we're looking for this morning. This is kind of nice. You can get up and go to your kitchen counter or your office kitchen and refill your coffee while you're waiting to see where we go. Check it out. We made it. That was fast. $10,092. Well done. Paige Yates, thank you for your generous donation. And to Chloe Tirabasso, Yvette Landrum, oh, and to Amy Walsh. There's a big surprise right there. Thanks, Amy, for supporting in yet another way. In fact, as we are speaking about Amy, let's go ahead and give it right back to Amy. If you have not yet donated, you can find it in our chat. We're going to take it off of the screen, but you will always find the link to donate on the within the chat. Amy Walsh for one more award this morning.
Thanks, Liz. Well, we've been talking this morning about community leadership and partnership, and now we're going to move to looking inward. Over the years, Direction Service has benefited from the time and talents of some really amazing staff. This morning, I'm fortunate enough to tell you about two of them as I present the first ever Direction Service Cornerstone Award. This award is given in the name of Gordon Wright. So let me tell you a little bit about Gordon. When I started working at Direction Service, Gordon had been serving youth and families for some time as a family service coordinator. He's the only member of that team who had not previously been a special education teacher or worked in that capacity. Gordon Rather was a trained architect who found himself in the field after working and completing building projects for students on the autism spectrum, a remarkable and significant introduction to the work. Not long into my time at Direction Service, Gordon officially retired. However, he continued to show up and work for Direction Service as a volunteer for many years. He did that to ensure that his caseload received a continuity of care. He slowly began golfing more and coming into the office less and less. He also began building wheelchair ramps and other modifications to ensure accessibility for the homes of those we served, while mentoring and coaching the staff who joined the program, including me. A cornerstone is a stone that forms the base of a building. It's also defined as an important quality or feature on which a particular thing depends or is based. This is truly who Gordon was for the Youth and Family Services program. Even staff who didn't have the pleasure of working with Gordon still feel his impact today. From the plants he cultivated that live in our offices, to the artwork on our walls, to his ongoing financial commitment to ensure access and inclusion of our clients through a specialized recreation fund that's given annually through the Oregon Community Foundation. Gordon has truly shaped who we are. And now that you know a little bit about the namesake of the award, let me tell you briefly about who our first recipient is, Nicole Skinner. Nicole Skinner joined Direction Service shortly after I did and quickly established herself as a go-to person at the Counseling Center. She's what our long-term executive director, Marshall Peter, would have called a hub. She is the hub of the Counseling Center. She's quick, she's smart, she's funny, which is necessary to working in an organization like ours. She has shepherded change with grace and humor and ensured that our organization is effective. She's also highly regarded by our auditors and funders for her excellence and attention to detail. I could go on, but I'll let you hear from some of the leaders at the Counseling Center about Nicole.
So my name is Curtis Mitchell. I have been with the Direction Service Counseling Center since August of 1999 and the clinical director since January of 2012. Nicole Skinner and I have been at the Counseling Center together for almost 20 years now. Nicole is currently our business manager, and she's in charge of a lot of different components. She has a lot of interface not only with folks at the Counseling Center, but also with people out in the community.
So I'm Jay Buckley. I'm a psychologist here at the Counseling Center, and for 20 years, Jackie Lichtenstein and I were the clinical co-directors. I understand that this award is going to Nicole, but really I think that the credit should go to Jackie Lichtenstein and I, because we hired Nicole. And not only did we hire her, we trusted her to guide us through the development of the Counseling Center.
In fact, she has this magic ability that when one of us has an issue with our computer, Nicole can just walk down to our office and stand in the doorway, and often the problem fixes itself. So that just tells you a little bit about how amazing Nicole is.
So the Counseling Center is like a breathing body. I mean, we have all therapists, we see clients at times of peril, we see clients in times of triumph. And we do this together. So Nicole is really wonderful at knowing when either a client or a staff person could use some support. And she's wonderful at providing that support. If the Counseling Center is a living, breathing body, Nicole is the heart of that living, breathing body.
And Nicole really is the cornerstone to the Counseling Center. She is the one that holds us together, and she's the one that keeps the Counseling Center moving forward. And so we would be adrift without Nicole.
So she's intelligent, she's competent, she's fun, she's the possessor of a gentle but firm management style. But she's also someone that we've just over the last 20 years lived our lives with. And we're just really grateful that we've had that opportunity, and we love her.
So Nicole, if you're listening, we appreciate everything that you do, And it's an honor to speak to everyone on behalf of the Counseling Center. What an amazing person you are, and a tireless, effortless worker. So thank you for being our cornerstone, Nicole.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better than that. So without further ado, I'm pleased to present Nicole Skinner with the Gordon Wright Cornerstone Award. True to her style, Nicole is center thanks, but declined the spotlight. Even so, she shines bright without it. Thanks, Nicole. And now it's back to the lovely Liz Kelly. Before I hand it over to Liz, I just want to say thank you to Liz for volunteering to be with us again this year and for her remarkable leadership in our community in many ways. We're grateful to know and partner with Liz and have her MC our breakfast this morning. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you, Amy. That's just, those are such kind words. It was an honor to be asked to be here and to do it in the new way that we're getting used to connecting with each other. In fact, speaking of connecting with each other, I'm going to take a second. I want to get a gallery view. If those of you who have taken your video off, if you have the ability to have video, would you show your faces? Because this is as close as we get to being together. So, and I've had 3 faces that I've seen all morning, so it's nice to see everyone there. It's 65 people who came together this morning to make a difference in our community, especially when we have little ability to physically contact. This is the way we keep our community going strong. So thank you. Look at all those faces. I love it. So let's thank a few people here. Thank you to the Direction Service Board members, to the dedicated staff. I can't tell you how hard these people work, or maybe I can, and you know it because that's why you're here. The community partners who make this work possible. We want to say thank you to Matt Sprick, who is the board chair. I want to thank again our sponsors, Trillium Community Health Plan, Eugene Coin and Jewelry, and Nonstop Wellness. Thank you to all of you who donated to support Direction Service programs financially and to help them achieve their mission of helping people with disabilities and special needs to live full and healthy lives. Our fundraising total, let's see if I have the number here. Oh, you guys, great. The fundraising total this morning, $10,653. That is amazing. Yeah, big jazz hands, Amy. I love that. That's the way you say, woohoo. And our Kahoot winner, Jess Hart. Congratulations. Congratulations. Jess went by, what was the name that Jess went by? Anyone remember? Maybe Jess, you remember. What was your handle? Anyway, Jess got every single one of the questions correct this morning.
I've been here a long time.
Where are you, Jess? Oh, you've been here. Jester Bear. There you go, 007. So before we sign off, make sure you check out a quick video that we're going to be playing right now about Direction Service and their work during the pandemic. I certainly hope to see you via Zoom in maybe another capacity with Direction Service or another great agency around town. And even better, hope to see you in person sometime soon. So it was wonderful seeing you this morning. Have a terrific day. Stay cool and stay for the video. Thanks for supporting.
Yeah.
Did you guys do a teacher parade?
Yeah, we did. And we did a video too.
The pandemic was that?
Pretty early on, I would say like about 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Before things were getting a little bit crazier. Yeah, and that was, oh my gosh, it was such an emotional and heartwarming experience.
Yeah, how did the kids respond?
They were just like ear to ear smiles.
Oh, that's so great.
All of my caseload is teenagers. And with it being tech communication now, actually able to get them on a screen.
That's one thing, like on the Zoom meetings, that's been awesome. As soon as like I log in and they're like, Miss Megan, you know, they're so excited.
And you know, one more thing, I tell you, mixing work and home I've found is not a great mix.
It's better when you can turn that switch off.
It is, and it's good to be able to come home and know that work is there and now I'm at home.
I've got a big shout out to schools, you know, whether they're in the hinterlands You're just on the edges of Lane County, whether they're really right up to it and right in the middle of the thick of things in Eugene, Springfield, and Bethel. You know, it's just good folks.
I'm just so thankful as well for all the first responders, all the teachers, all those who tirelessly help our families.
All of the school districts, really. Just the amount of work that they're putting in.
I'm looking forward to being back with my families again, giving some fist bumps and some high fives to some kids and playing some games with them and getting to have a good time and share some fresh air together.
Any ones where people think that their internet has completely dropped, so we get a bleep word, but they haven't completely dropped, so that's been pretty entertaining.
Hey, you know, we can still do this, and we're gonna do it stronger than ever.